Yeah.
Now, I asked you, Lucas, if you could find the most believable Bigfoot story that you can think of. And do you have one, Lucas?
So I actually had a little bit of trouble.
Me
I had a
too.
little bit of trouble
Me
finding
too.
one that was like believable. I found ones I found interesting, and I found one that has a video clip that it might not be real. I'm not gonna say it's real, but I think conceptually it's interesting and kind of terrifying. That I could send it over to you. But I have a few here. I found the website bigfootbase.com, which by the way makes me really happy. There's still websites dedicated to this. like,
Well, I love the
oh
BFRO. The
yeah,
BFRO, I genuinely love. The
yeah,
Bigfoot
yeah.
Field Research Organization. I think that's
Oh,
what
I
it
think
is.
I found that too on my when I was looking for stuff. Actually, I think I came, but this
It's
had
not
a.
Roanoke Island. I want to clarify. It's Oak Island.
Oh, okay.
And so, yes, I just wanted to answer that question. I misspoke. It was
Yeah,
Oak Island.
yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry. Continue, Lucas.
No, it's okay. So I had a few interesting ones here. The first one I have here is this one is titled the Avocado Lake Pig Snatchers.
I know this one.
Yeah, location Avocado Lake, California, and it was in 2017, so it was pretty recent. Farms and orchards fill the long, dusty Central Valley of California, just like blah 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 blah. He pulled out his binoculars and saw a head pop up from behind the truck. He shouted down to them. There was no reply, but the head looked around the truck again. Another head popped up at the other end of the truck. The man Keith took out his gun and threatened to shoot unless they identified themselves. Again, there was no response. He fired two warning shots and then they took off. Before he could get there, 5 or 6 huge figures suddenly dashed across the road out of the gloom, right in front of the truck. Keith slammed on the brakes and jumped out. With his binoculars, he saw 5 or 6 humanoid shapes running swiftly. One carried a pig on its back but tripped and fell. The creatures jumped a high fence and disappeared, but continued to call back and forth to each other with weird noises, which almost plays back into the video that we watched
That's what I
before.
was just thinking.
Yeah, yeah. Keith jumped back into his truck to chase these two intruders. They had already crested the hill and were running straight up mountain effortlessly. And as he reached the summit, Keith lost tracks of their whereabouts. And apparently, there have been at least 3 Sasquatch sightings in 5 years in East Fresno County, according to someone from the Paranormal Society. So, and the quote here is, "What odds of 3 people, 3 different families who don't know each other within a radius of 2 to 3 miles come and tell me that they witness and it matches up?"
That
That's
adds
interesting to me.
believability.
That's interesting to me.
That's yes, and you see, that's one of the key factors that I always put into whenever judging the believability of one of these stories.
Yeah,
Do they know each other?
yeah,
How far away from each other are they? And what really sells it to me is if they're on the same path.
yeah,
That's what really sells it to me.
yeah. Because naturally, if we were to assume that this is a Bigfoot, I'd imagine they have paths that they like tracks they go, specific
That
routes
makes
they
sense. I
go.
mean, we
Yeah,
fucking do that. Look, we
yeah,
got roads.
yeah.
Of
Exactly.
course, of
Like,
course, they would do something like that. What gorillas do, they always travel this path. Now, I can't
mhm,
find the story on Google, unfortunately,
yeah,
but it's a. I'm not gonna because I don't know enough about it. I'm not gonna
yeah,
say if I believe it or not, but it certainly lines up. It certainly lines up, especially because there's more than one.
yeah,
That whole
yeah,
thing is more than one. It's like they travel in families, and that's what makes me believe it more.
yeah.
In full disclosure, it makes me believe it more,
No, I
not
know what
believe
you're
it.
saying. I know what you're trying to say. Okay, so this one I found interesting. So this one is dubbed Zach the Hunter Sasquatch sighting. It was located in Michigan and it was in 2015. So So on November evening a few years back, a hunter named Zach visited one of his favorite hunting spots. It was 4:30 p.m. and becoming dark. He wanted more time to bag a deer, so he headed to one of the most reliable locations on the hillside. He climbed halfway up a steep hill and positioned himself on the ground behind a large stump. He waited for deer for this incline, holding his 12-gauge shotgun as dusk approached. As the minutes passed, an eerie silence covered the land. Out of the corner of his eye, a 9-foot tall, jet black shape came into view. The shadow moved with enormous strides and looked like it was on a ramp going up to the top of the hill. It smelled awful, like sweet rotting meat, which is another thing that I always see in a lot of these stories. And a pack of smells like a pack of soaking wet dogs. He has seen bears in his area, but
That's interesting.
he firmly believed that this was not a bear.
Well,
At the time,
to pause for a second,
sure, sure.
the scent of wet dog is common. I have heard that particular smell come up many times. In fact, that was a part of the Dog Man
Yeah, yeah.
from I forgot where that was. That was somewhere in the
I
center of the
think
country, wasn't it?
yeah, I think does this article because one of the ones I saw here did go into the mention the dog man. I wasn't sure. I don't think it's this one though.
Because full disclosure, I do not believe in the Dog Man at all. I believe
Okay.
it's either complete misidentification or they're seeing a Sasquatch of some kind.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't think it's this one, but
Okay.
there was let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah. By the time it reached the top, the being was only 15 yards away from Zach and his stump. Then it turned. The hunter sat frozen in fear. The thing looked directly at him for 10 full seconds. They made eye contact. Zach's adrenaline pumped. He was paralyzed, totally unable to ready his shotgun if he would need it. After the brief stare down, the creature continued to pass the top away into the darkness, which to me is, anytime I hear that in a Bigfoot story is where I'm a little more, because I always believe Bigfoot to be a creature that is not confrontational, minus something like the Falk Monster, which is like an off branch of Bigfoot that
the
is known
Falk
to be
Monster
violent.
that's the one from Boggy Creek,
Yep.
ain't it?
Yeah, that's Falk Monster.
Yeah.
That one is known to be violent, but like Bigfoot's in like these
So it's a
areas
Texas one, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know about
yeah.
the three-toed one from Texas.
Is that Yowie?
No, that's Australia.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Australia's the Yowie.
Okay, my bad. Yeah. When he reached his safe spot, he collapsed and vomited for 6 minutes straight. I just wanted to include that because that was
that. You know what?
Yeah.
If that actually happened, I believe that.
Yeah,
because
like
you can get so worked up
Yeah.
from adrenaline and fright,
Yeah.
you throw up.
Yeah.
You know what? I believe that full-heartedly.
Zach's Bigfoot sighting left him physically shaking and drained emotionally. He's now completely believed in the existence of these creatures, and I think there's like an interview here that you can listen to.
Oh, send me that link. I'll include it, definitely.
Yeah, it's actually
actually send me the link so I can pull it up for the audience to see.
Oh, well, I think it's like a whole audio thing. I'm not sure how long it is. Yeah, it's
well, I can show them where it is.
Oh yeah, it goes on for like an hour. Like I'll
listen to it. I'll definitely listen to it. I'll probably listen to it tonight.
Yeah,
but you see, the thing that almost discredits it to me is the fact that now suddenly the guy says he wasn't a believer before, he now is.
True. That is
because to me that screams, all right, you've lost all objectivity.
Yeah. That I totally get what you're saying about
that. The other thing that I have questions for is, he knew it was 10 seconds or it felt like 10 seconds?
I think it might have been felt. I might have just misread it.
Because if you know it's 10 seconds, that is a very oddly specific. Oh, I know this podcast.
Yeah.
A very oddly specific period of time.
Yeah.
This is the channel. If anybody wants to listen to it, I'll definitely go be listening to this tonight.
Yeah.
See, there's also something believable in it staring at him for that long as well.
Yeah, because that to me is like, that fits like the picture of what I imagine Bigfoot is. Like, it's not a malevolent creature. It is just simply a creature living in the forest. It is not trying. That's why I like, even though Lost Tapes was one of those kind of sensational shows, I like its Bigfoot episode, because it's like, Bigfoot isn't trying to harm the main character. It's just as curious as the main character is, like, in that one. But I had one more from this article that I found that I thought was interesting, because there's a video. I have to send you it and give you the proper time code, because it's like it's a video of someone reviewing a video, because it was like the original was removed. So this is, I'm going to describe it first. And I'm very sorry for what I'm about to describe to you, Adam, because this is very similar to what we were talking about at the beginning.
Oh, really? Okay.
The window peeker video.
Oh, fuck this. Fuck this, man.
And I don't think this one is necessarily real.
Yeah.
But I think the video was really cool, and conceptually I think it'd be cool to show. This is from 2015, recent Bigfoot fighting took place sometime in 2015. We don't know much about the witness and the video recorder, which adds to it probably being fake.
Yeah.
But every year, so this is the description from the original YouTube channel, that it's a terminated account and the video is no longer up. Every year, the fruit just seemed to disappear overnight off my apple pear trees. Also, the bird seed used to vanish without a trace. I thought it was a raccoon or something, so I set up a camera. This is what I caught.
Raccoon or a bear could do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely be after it.
This is what I caught on camera. You can make up your own mind as to what it is. The Sasquatch sighting is simply terrifying. Sorry, I think it's just blah, blah, blah. So I think I'm just going to send you the video now. Give me a second to find the proper time code for you to start it.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, fuck this.
Fuck
Fuck this, Lucas, and fuck you for finding it.
Isn't this the fucking worst?
Oh, God, no. That's fake.
I think it's fake too, but I think it's pretty fucking unnerving too.
I actually have this blocking my view. I can't even fucking... I'm looking at it on a smaller screen, like that's gonna make a fucking difference. Fuck you. Oh, God, that's terrifying.
Isn't it? Isn't it fucking really scary?
Fuck off.
And again, I don't personally think that one's real. I think that one's fake, but I think
Creepy?
it's... Oh, yeah, they did a good job with that. Like, are you glad you invited me now?
Yes. This is why I love this shit. We always love being scared. Who are we kidding? If we didn't love being scared, horror would not be a genre.